All right, good late morning, everyone. Andy here. We're going to pop in and do a sniper recap session. We've had a tremendous, actually, we've been doing exceptionally well for ever since we started our new format of live trading here in the sniper room. We've really been performing. The systems and our executions have been, really solid. Honestly, I've been trading at a higher percentage win rate than is my norm. My norm is, I'm a more active trader, take anywhere from 20 to 40 trades a day, and I'm happy with 70, 65% winners, no problem. But since I started trading live in the room here and wanted to do a good job for you guys, I've been trading at about 85% winners. We've averaged probably 6 trades a day. I think we can get that average up to 8 or more trades a day pretty easily once things start to pick up a little bit here in January, February, and March. But today was no exception. We had 7 winning trades today and 1 loser and 1 break even. So feel pretty good about our performance for the morning. Let's go ahead and recap crude oil, the price action that occurred since 9 a.m., which is when we start hanging out together. And you know what? With that 7-1-1 record today, that didn't even include a handful of trades that I missed executing that were nice wins that we'll highlight and show this morning. For those of you that maybe are watching from afar and listening to these recap recordings, we've made a specific effort leading up to the start of our 90 Days to Success program that starts the first week in January. We've made a specific emphasis on boiling things down to the basics and following a real basic trading plan. And there's only 2 real trade setups that I'm looking to execute: the 2-bar pattern that we've recently described, as well as sniper extreme signals in the direction of sloping the action line. Very basic, very simple, very few rules. And let's take a look at how all that performed. Okay, so 9 a.m. rolls around, we get a buy signal. Unfortunately, I found myself gabbing away, and I missed the entry point. We had our sniper extreme black line cross signal fire here. We're not going to get long on red bars, and we want to wait for that action line to start sloping up. So our entry would have been this first green bar, the open of that next one. Had I not been giving some announcements or whatever it was I was doing at the time, we definitely would have been long there for a nice win. We did, however, go ahead and get ourselves short. We liked the looks of what we were seeing here. We had a triple pivot divergence situation here. 3 pivots, double divergence. Look at those price action highs being equal, yet our OS line significantly lower. If there was an Andy Carlson dictionary that showed a picture of divergence, that's what it would look like. I mean, that was absolutely gorgeous. And off of that divergence, that's just a bonus. It wasn't necessary for the trade. The trade was a result of the sniper extreme black line cross arrow here, and then the action line sloping down, and we got in this trade right here, as you can see. Nice, easy winner. That was also a 3-bar pattern, as many of you are aware of. We highlighted another 3-bar pattern here because one of our sniper owners mentioned it and wanted to talk about it. Not a trade that I'm executing with the current trading plan, but a great trade nonetheless, one that many sniper owners use very profitably and successfully, and that turned into a big winning trade. It's awesome when you sniper owners come up big and point things out, and we had another sniper owner talk about this exhaustion pattern. This is a bullish wedge here, these 3 lower lows forming. It was also upside divergence massive over 4 pivots, a quad pivot triple divergence to the upside. If you were being very robotic, somebody may have entered this short trade as it was a black line cross signal. The action line was sloping down. So I'm okay with calling that a losing trade from a more robotic standpoint. But those individuals that are out there that add a little bit of trading knowledge to what they're doing would have wanted to have stayed off of that trade because of this 3 lower lows and massive upside divergence, and would have wanted to have looked at the buy opportunity instead. But again, guys, listen, hear me clearly. We're boiling things down to really basics. There's nothing wrong with taking that trade and having it be a loss, because the sniper tools are that accurate, that positive, that you can take a loss like this now and then. So if you're not into paying attention to some of these other things like divergence and stuff, that's okay. You don't have to add that if it causes analysis paralysis for you. You know, you'll just have a little bit lower win percentage, but you can still trade very profitably. So once again, the NYSE opened, and I found myself waxing eloquent around that instead of being focused on trading, and I missed another winner here. We had our Sniper Extreme Blackline Cross Signal fire long, and the entry, though, would not have been until the action line was sloping up nicely, and that happened over here. We'd be long for a winner. So there's two trades that fit our trading plan that I didn't execute for nice wins. I did, however, get short here for a nice winner. I jumped the gun by a bar. I was anticipating getting a black line cross signal. We didn't get it. I got in the trade, got a quick winner. And then we had, as identified by these two little arrows down here, we did have a two-bar pattern. Let me describe that two-bar pattern for you. Okay, the two-bar pattern, when we have an up-close price bar, which you see right here, price bar closes up, but the pulse line is moving down, that's very meaningful, especially when it occurs on the slow pulse. And then the next price bar closes down, and we get another move down. So that's a two-bar pattern we shorted. You can see that didn't work out too well. Okay, we averaged into this trade and ended up getting out of it break even. So we took a win, and then we got into another trade of which we ended up break even on because we averaged into it. But overall, this wasn't a great area. As we were looking at this trade and in this trade, we talked about this DPTL support area, prior pivot support, and that it could be trouble, and I took the conservative approach, which ended up being the right approach. However, if you stayed with the trade, there was 9 ticks of profit available from the average in point as we did break down. But I bailed out on that one break even. Coming off of this area, since it held this support, going long was a great idea. We got our black line cross signal fired, action line started sloping up, got long, easy winner. Okay, we have a black line cross short signal here. We're not going to get short. Action line's pretty much flat, slight slope, but not enough. But once again, we're interested in the long side. When this signal fired, and by the time our action line had enough slope on it, we were able to get in just barely breaking out above this prior pivot high. This was a gorgeous trade, and I actually talked about and mentioned the fact that the market likely had a lot more room to move and that we'd get a decent move to the upside. So individuals looking for higher reward to risk, this would be a good place to do it. And sure enough, we got that great follow through. As we continue along, we got a sell signal here. We talked about this, the momentum in this trade was so slow. Things were moving so slow. We talked about that being a negative. But we were waiting, you know. When that signal fired, we were waiting for the action line to slope down. That happened, and we broke out below the prior pivot low right here. I did short. We got 4 ticks into the profit, so we fell just short of hitting our 5 to 7 tick target area. And then the market rolled back, and this was our one losing trade of the day. You know, we talked about the trade live as it was happening because it was moving so slow. We were able to talk a lot about it. There were some positives. We were concerned that the 50 XMA could act as support, and that's what ended up happening. As we were talking about this, we said if this area holds and does not break lower, we'd want to be very ready to take advantage of a buy to the long side. So unfortunately, that was our one losing trade of the day. This rolled back. I lost a little bit of focus. I blame no one but myself. Rod happened to send me an instant message asking me to look at an email right away. And, you know, that's all well and good. I should have had the only reason I share this information is so that you guys can relate to it and learn from my mistake and do better. Guys, you know, unless something's an emergency, when you're trading, be trading. Don't be distracted by other things, or you will miss a lot of great opportunities. And in this case, I allowed myself to look at that instead of being focused on trading. And even though we had just spent 10 minutes talking about how we'd love to get a buy trade here, I missed it because I looked at an email instead of, you know, being focused on the trade. But that was a nice winner, and I got a couple of IMs from some of you guys that took the trade based on me talking about it so much. So great job, guys. And then we wrapped up the day with 2 more quick winning trades. Both of them were 2-bar patterns. Okay. Let's highlight this. So we have an up close price bar, yet our pulse line's moving lower. So we're going to get short if the next bar closes down and the pulse line moves down again. It happens right there. Boom, easy winner. And then the same pattern happened a second time right here. The second one was not as good because the bars turned blue, but we did get a short target out of it. And we ended our day at 7 winners, 1 loss, 1 break even. So not going to complain. For the week, that puts us at 13 winners, 1 loss, 3 break evens, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, a little bit lower number of trades this week, but overall feeling, you know, very good about the win percentage and the quality of following our trading plan effectively and all of those things. So thanks, everyone. Hey, have a great rest of your trading day. It'll be interesting to see what the markets are going to have in store for us tomorrow on a Friday moving into the holidays, but we'll be ready to take advantage of what they send our way. Take care, everyone, and have a great rest of your trading day.